And now I present to you an exclusive interview with the challenger Garen main.
I have accomplished more than most men without the use of my brain.
And that was an exclusive interview with the challenger Garen main. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to League of Legends at a Glance. The show that takes so long to produce, it's outdated by the time it reaches the editing phase, and I have to scrap the whole video, causing me to downward spiral. It's been well over a year since we've seen each other, and a lot of things have changed this span of 2 preseasons. Mordekaiser got a rework, Ivern actually got a skin, and Riot found a way to do Clash without setting their server room on fire. With 10-year anniversaries and ranked seasons gone by, you can get whiplash at how fast things are moving, how drastic the Rift is changing. I'm not even silver anymore. Can you believe it? Yes, I know it's all very scary being faced with the ever-flowing passage of time, but fear not, for some things never change. We're all still going to die, Family Guy still isn't funny, and Tark is still truly outrageous, so not everything is bad. However, within the constant ebbing and flowing of innovation, there exists a number of paradoxes. Certain champions of League somehow go through massive changes, yet still manage to be the same pains in the neck we all hate fighting against. Yasuo fell out of the meta so hard he actually belonged in the trash, Rise received its 5th freaking rework, and objective-focused gameplay is now more important than ever. Despite all this, Yasuo continues to be a cuck, Rise is still in need of a rework, and my jungler still can't secure a dragon because my bot lane is 2-11-3. It's, in my expert opinion, whack. Among all these paradoxical examples, there's a shiny man sitting upon his throne of tomfoolery. It's the big cheese atop Mount Gouda, Garen the Glorious. Garen has a special place in my heart. When I was a wee lad and still thought playing top lane was fun, I hated Garen. He healed for too much, he did damage without needing to build any, and his ult was the least fun thing since watching paint dry. His gameplay looked so one-dimensional and boring too. I could not fathom how anyone could play Garen and derive fun from that experience. And then I played Garen. And then I understood. Playing Garen is a ton of fun for you, but is an existential nightmare for the poor soul who has to deal with your antics. Why, you ask? Well, he heals too much, does damage without needing to build any, and his ult is the least fun thing since watching paint dry. In addition to this, his mind-bogglingly simple kit removes the pressure of needing to play well. Unbound by the problems of mortal man, Garen players are able to run around the Rift doing all sorts of mischief without having to worry about the consequences of their actions. You kill people, you can't be killed, and you make the enemy want to rage quit just by standing in their general direction. What could possibly be more fun than that? Well, the answer to that question is actually quite simple. Building damage. If you think Garen does damage with just a Black Cleaver, you have not had the pleasure of witnessing Lawnmower Garen. Oh, Lawnmower Garen. Such a glorious sight to see. Unless of course you're on the enemy team, that is. The sheer power of Lawnmower Garen is not only enough to delete the ADC from the game you're in, but also cause League of Legends to uninstall off their computer and erase their System 32. This absolute gargantuan terror has only been enhanced by the recent changes to Garen's scaling, which completely shifted the meta on its head before Season 9 even properly ended. To quote our esteemed scholar Kiendi Mundi, with no sensible limitations on this guy, he is literally just a slice of cheese with a power sword. However, I'm getting ahead of myself. In order for you to understand why Garen is the way he is and why you should play him in your ranked games, let's take a look at his kit.
I just have you know, by the side of my desk I have a holy Bible and I'm ready to hit people with it if they bring up any loot stuff.
I see. Cool. No,
yes, Holy Father.
No, see, nothing lewd ever happened in this furry server.
Ah, they got rid of Hunter's Potion. I'm gonna be fucked.
Oh yeah, they did get rid of Hunter's Potion, because no one bought it.
Well, Timo needs it.
I mean, you don't need Hunter's Potion, you should just take, like, 3 pots. Better.
You know what you need? You need an invade to put you ahead.
No!
Yes! Yes!
Yeah, I don't like this,
Sooner,
guys.
body block for me.
I don't like this, fellas. I'm not body
No,
blocking.
sooner we're invading.
I don't have any...
Okay, Martin, you have Cell on top of you. You need to body block. I have heal at the...
Yeah, this is...
I don't have my
There he is.
Yeah, I also do not have, like, an ability. Like, I only have auto attacks at level 1. I can't do anything. Nautilus got first blood, and then, And see, like, Timo got executed. Isn't that funny? Martin's being a trooper. He's inting so that the content will be good.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna make sure this is funny. Like, I went Timo jungle. Nobody does that. I can't
Oh
decide
no. Oh no.
Yeah, but like you can kind of.
Fuck.
before you let me fucking smite them.
Well, yeah, but I'm not saying smite. I'm saying
Dude, I'm
kite.
tracking right now.
I know.
No!
Oh no!
Bloody hell.
Oh, this is bad.
That cane. Did
he missed.
I can get there quick enough before the birds despawn.
Okay, we're live. Somehow, frickin' what?
my bad.
It's alright. This is actually in good shape.
Oh, okay.
Gosh darn it.
Come on.
That was half my HP from rolls.
Ooh.
Yeah, isn't it
And
fun, Suna?
I wasn't even the target of that. I was just like I keep trying to stay 8 million light years away, but then she hops to one of my teammates just like, well, I guess I'll die.
Oh my.
I keep forgetting that they
I hate
definitely
you. I hate
increase
you.
the
I
range
hate
of what's
you. I
critical.
should not have hopped on you. This is why I don't get on you, Martin. I don't like the K word.
Well, we tried.
Right, I need a leash.
No, you fuck.
No, you most certainly do not need a leash. The only thing you can leash is these nuts.
Wow. That sounds
This is the
really
part where in your video where you just insert a laugh track.
I mean, I could do that. That's something I could in fact do, but why do we need a laugh track when the viewers are already laughing? Garen's passive is Perseverance. Garen regens 1.5 to 10.1% of his maximum HP every 5 seconds. If Garen is attacked by a turret, champion, or epic monster, the regen is put on cooldown for 7 seconds. Garen's passive allows him to heal fast stacks of HP doing absolutely nothing. Combined with the fact that his abilities cost him absolutely nothing, he can pretty much just sit and lane indefinitely and dance spam in between killing minions. Being that the regen scales with Garen's level, it goes from being a small but noticeable bit of regen to, hang on fellas, I have less than half my HP, let me dance spam for a few seconds while I top off my health bar. This is all before Warmonks had been purchased, by the way. By the time he gets one, it's game over. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, if I just hit him repeatedly, the regen will never activate. And yeah, that is the optimal strategy, but that'll just make Garen angry. Believe me, you do not want to end up on the wrong end of his power sword. Garen's Q is Decisive Strike. Garen cleanses himself of all slows and gains 30% movement speed for a few seconds. Garen's next base attack will come to lunge at the target, dealing bonus magic damage and silences them. Activating this ability also resets his basic attack timer. Decisive Strike is Garen's bread and butter ability. It's his engage, escape, farming tool, trade runner, you name it. The bonus damage is fantastic because you can proc things like Sheen, Dustblade, and Storm Razor, which makes for goofy amounts of burst damage. Not to mention, you can also crit and proc other on-hit effects. Something you might not be familiar with is the lunge that Garen does upon basic attacking. Lunge is just a fancy way of saying that Decisive Strike has a little bit of extra range on it than Garen's usual basic attacks, so it's no big deal. It's a solid ability, but be warned, Garen is a juggernaut, and like most juggernauts, he struggles with reaching range champions. Decisive Strike may cleanse slows, but it doesn't prevent them. No amount of movement speed is going to save you from taking an Ash Volley to the knees. This is why Flash is crucial on Garen, as you can Flash Q onto someone for a sudden amount of damage and hopefully kill the ADC before they flash away themselves. That silence ought to help out with that. Garen's W is Courage. Passively, Garen gains 0.25 armor and magic resistance for every unit he kills, capping at 30 bonus resistance at 120 units killed. As an active, Garen gains a shield equal to 10% of his maximum HP for 0.75 seconds. Additionally, he reduces incoming damage by 30% and gains 60% tenacity for up to 5 seconds at max rank. Garen's W is what makes him the beefiest of beefy boys. It's like the Triforce of tank stats, giving you a little bit of everything. 30 armor and magic resistance is on par with most tier 1 tank items, and killing 120 units isn't that big of a task. The shield really isn't worth much considering it will probably expire before it's even broken, but if you time it correctly you can block some damage. This, however, is made moot by the damage reduction and tenacity you get on top of this. Not only are you being shielded, but you're reducing the damage being dealt to that shield and cutting down the time you spend being CC'd by more than half. In addition to this, Mert Transley and Flinch Rune also give tenacity, so crunching the numbers real quick, we get up to 110% CC reduction? That doesn't sound right, but the numbers don't lie. Trust me on this. The bottom line is that any of these stats alone won't be lackluster, but putting them all together makes for a pretty sweet ability. Garen's E is Judgement. Garen rapidly spins 7 times while swinging his sword about. The enemy close to him takes 20% bonus damage per spin, and everyone hit by 6 spins has their armor reduced by 25%. Judgement can crit for 50% of the usual damage and spins 1 additional time for every 20% attack speed you have. You're also disarmed and ghosted during this, but who cares about that? This ability. Oh, this ability right here. This is the spin to win ability that makes Garen Garen. Everything we talked about prior to this was mere setup leading up to the holy cheddar that is Garen's E. Those of you who are lactose intolerant, you might want to take cover. Garen's E can rack up damage very, very quickly. You can melt whole crowds of people, but to truly get the full picture, you're going to want to focus on one person. Because they're alone, they'll be taking 20% bonus damage within the first 6 spins, and on top of that, the 7th spin deals extra damage because they're reduced armor, allowing you to further beat down on them. That's already loaded, but we haven't even taken items and runes into consideration. For instance, each spin stacks Conqueror, so after 5 spins, that baby's fully stacked. Furthermore, Black Cleaver also reduces their armor up to 24%, stacking with each spin. So after taking a full Judgement to the face, they'll have taken 25% bonus damage on top of the base damage and the extra 80 scaling coming off a Conqueror. Finally, that poor soul also has their armor reduced by 49%. That's half their armor, just gone. If you think that's nutty, darling, you haven't seen the worst of it. For every 25% attack speed, you get 1 additional spin. Most items give at least 25% attack speed, so assuming you get 6 items with 25%, that's 13 spins on 1 cast of E being dealt in the same amount of time. And if you think it ends there, remember, this ability can crit! Crit chance and attack speed go hand in hand, not to mention the bonus damage Infinity Edge gives you for each crit strike. So that's 25% bonus damage, plus Conqueror, plus 49% armor reduction, plus 125% crit strike damage being dealt within roughly 13 spins. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the sheer power of Lawnmower Garen. There are so many ways to build around this ability, it's insane. Garen may very well be the most gold efficient champion in the game right next to Veigar and Dr. Mundo. Can it get any worse than this? Oh, it can. It can. Oh, yes it can. You see, for a brief time in the PvE, Garen's E can also apply on hit effects. It was as gross as it sounds. To recap, we've got a champion that can run at the speed of an Olympic racer, with free tank stats and health regen that will make Wolverine jealous. All that, and we have yet to cover what this man's ult is supposed to do. Strap in, fellas, we're going in. Garen's ultimate ability is Demacia Justice. Garen clicks on an enemy champion and kills them. For the cause! Okay, but really, Garen clicks on someone and deals up to 450 plus 30% of the target's missing health as true damage. What can I say about this spell? It's Veigar's ult without the scaling and does true damage. If the enemy isn't dead after you've done your full combo on them, use this to finish them off. Garnish with an Ignite for smoky flavoring. Okay, so now that we covered all of Garen's spells, how do we use them? Easy, you go into lane and you do this.
Okay, we going in? Fucking damn it, damn it.
No, it's okay, I got flash.
Do I get an assist? Do I get an assist? Yeah, I got an assist.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of people here. Oh, okay. God damn it. It's in. Oh, God damn
Sorry,
it.
he ulted. Do you have speed up?
There's a rip.
Well,
We tried to kill him, but we kind of couldn't.
No,
Yeah.
Man, we were 3v.
Not
We
bad,
were
you know?
2v3ing. Hopefully, there's like, oh, okay, we can hopefully do that. And then Nace was just
Hold
like,
on.
no fun. Go for the next. Use Q to farm. Shred anyone foolish enough to let you stand next to them while killing tanks to squish your life with the magic of point-and-click executes. On to the build section. These builds are always subject to change, so I'm just going to go for a generalized idea of what a Garen build could look like. You've got your standard build, off tank, full tank, mill tank, lawnmower Garen, traditional lawnmower Garen, and of course everyone's favorite build, 6 rejuvenation beads. You can also do this goofy combo with Tiamat where you auto attack, Q for the reset, and then activate Tiamat for some good bursts on your tankier builds. Lastly, there's full AP Garen, which somehow defies all logic and still works despite him not having any AP ratios. It's interesting. I'm not even gonna bother going over runes as Riot changes them every 6 months, so just build whatever u.gg recommends and pray to God it still exists next patch. My builds are my builds and your builds are your builds. Take whatever you want to fit your playstyle. And there we have it! That's Garen, everyone. The fastest Beyblade everyone loves to hate and hates to love. I hope this video inspires a whole new wave of Garen players to get out there and ruin someone's promo games. I'm Demacia 1000, and you just watched the Gamelan production. Stay tuned, because there's a certain Metal Man I have to revisit, and I don't want it to be another year until we see each other again. Smile on the rich, Summoner. Yes, the last S-rank token. Ah! Once again, all I had to do was complain, and it gave it to me. Nice. Wonderful. That makes me so happy.